Yeah. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Microsoft Developer Conference and thank you for attending. We hope you are having a great conference. My name is Jenkins NS. I am a solution architect for the Office 365, a speaker at various events and international conferences, and also I am an author as well as a blogger. And I am a Microsoft MEP for Office development and specialist in Power Platform, Microsoft Teams, and SharePoint framework. Myself focus on teamwork within Microsoft 365. I can help companies to get the most out of Microsoft 365. I'm I'm going to talk with you today on empowering citizen developers using Power Apps. Thanks for joining here for this session. Okay. What is a citizen developer? A citizen developer refers to an end user who creates new application or programs from a corporate or collective code based system or structure. Okay. Normal citizen developers can easily understand the business part, right? The line of business side, they have a good understanding because they are the end users. They know that what they require. They have a lot of innovation ideas. They want to build it. Then they can plan it and share to the developer, and developer have scheduled the plan. Then they need to allocate the budget. We have a lot of things to plan. Now coming with the Power Platform, we don't want to do anything like that. We can able to develop easily because citizen developers evaluate from evaluation from the Excel sheets part, right? The citizen developer evaluation happened long back with the Excel sheets. They started with the reports, pivot charts, everything using Excel as well as the access files. Okay, when you introduce Microsoft Power Platform, there you can see Power BI. There's a business analytics. It's very fast to develop all the charts or whatever you could analyze the data. You can able to do. Okay. The second part is Power Apps. Is the application development. We can able to do a form or any app like that. Within half an hour or 1 hour, we can able to develop and deliver to the end users. Then we have go for a Power Automate. It's a automation process to do all the workflows, UI flows. We can able to touch that. Then we have a Power Virtual Agents, intelligent virtual agent. Okay, that's the purpose of you can able to create a bot without writing any code. This all these components. That's a very good advantages. No need to write any code. Okay, and we can see that we that's a the development look like a building blocks, like just we can arrange something and we can able to utilize that application in your app. Okay, that's the biggest advantage over Power Platform for to the citizen developers. Okay, we have inbuilt common data service database without writing any code, any scripts. You can do all these views, forms, um, dashboards, charts, and relationship, everything we can make from the UI. That's another big advantage over common data service. Then we have a AI builder, portals, and we have data connectors. If you feel I want to connect with a different data source like SharePoint, Salesforce, or Azure SQL Server, or your SQL Server, Excel, whatever it is, we have more than 350 data connectors available now. Okay, we can able to utilize this all data connectors for Power Apps and Power Automate uh, data sources. Okay, and Power BI we have other set of data sources. We can without writing any code, we can able to utilize all these features. Okay, who's building solution with the Power Platform? Mostly two of them, right? One is citizen developer, another is a professional developers. Citizen developers, there's a lower barrier of entry for app development. Power users in business units close to the problem building solutions for their teams. Okay, often with IT oversight or in approved sandbox. Then Power developers, there's a professional developers. Let's enable high productivity app development, reduces time to develop and deploy compared to the traditional development. centrally managed and rolled out. That's the benefit from the professional developer point of view. Okay. Uh, this integrated low code platform, it's together with your work with analyze using Power BI, workflow for your automation process, and you have forms, everything using Power Apps, and we can utilize the common data services, okay, to integrate together, and you can able to build a solution for your line of business. Okay. Then Power Apps application development, right? There's a digital tool that integrates and streamlines the well planning process. Okay. Let's say Power Apps is a suite for apps, services, connectors, and the data platform that provides you with an opportunity to build custom apps for your business needs. By using Power Apps, you can quickly build custom business apps that connect to your business data that is stored either in the underlying data platform, in the common data services, or in various online and on-premises data sources like SharePoint, Excel, Office 365, Dynamics 365, SQL Server, Azure, Salesforce. Like that, we have n number of data sources, right? Right now, we have more than 250 plus data connectors we have, okay, for Power Apps as well as Power Automate. The Power Apps that are built by using Power Apps provide rich business logic and workflow capabilities to transform your manual business processes to digital. That's the biggest advantage. And automate the process you using the Power Automate. And the Power App simplifies the custom business app building experience by enabling users to build feature-rich apps without writing a code. And they can able to access from different devices like mobiles, tabs, or your web, right? Power Apps also provide an extensively platform that let a professional developer programmatically interact with data and metadata, apply business logic, create custom connectors, and integrate with external data. With Power Apps, you can build an app quickly by using the skill that you already have, and also connect to the cloud services and data sources that you have already knowledge about that. Share your apps instantly so that coworkers can use them on their phones and tablets without any worries, right? That's a big advantage over Power Apps. How to do that Power Apps development? You can see Power Apps, it's connected to the SEC system and data sources. Okay, what are the data sources available? More than 350 data sources available now. We can able to use that. The second, we can build the apps, forms and workflows without writing a code. Just same like the Excel formulas, we can write some formulas, able to do that. Okay. No need to know about C# or any other technology like JavaScript, React, no, not required. Just you have to know about symbol concatenate, conversion process if you want to convert string to integer, like the small activities. If you have idea, then you're able to write the application and you're able to publish the application instantly with web or mobile. That's another big advantage. Whatever you want, you can scan it and take it the information like that. If you're using model driven app, then we can able to make it as a dynamic information, like we can able to use the sales module, HR module, finance module, like that. We have a lot of opportunity there also. Okay. And we have that second one is low code backend with a common data set. That's another big advantage over Power Platform. We have the data source. Okay. Some sort apps using an extensible data model with business logic, security, and integration building, and then enable AI through built-in cognitive services powered by AI Builder and Azure. That's another big thing in the out of us. Then extend data and processes to extend and anonymous users with Power Apps portals. This we can able to achieve the extend the data process. Okay. Then support all your data, relational data, file and blob storage, logs and search indexing. Everything supported. We can able to utilize all the views, forms, dashboards, charts, keys. We have a lot of other advanced features available. Okay. Then we have Evitless Dynamic 365, Office 365 integrations, and Azure integration, as well as powerful integration capabilities. We can able to easily integrate with the Power Automate, business process workflows, everything we can able to integrate with the common data set. It's a inbuilt data source utilizing the Azure data space storage and build the data source. No need to write a script, anything. Just we can drag and drop, and we can add and push and play, like plug and play. You can able to achieve the solution. Okay, that's the data source is also no code solution, low code backend. That's the biggest advantage over inside. It's available in the Power Platform. Okay, I'm going to show you a demo. Build a simple application. First, I'm going to create a small data source using the common data services with 3 or 4 columns. Then I can create a form and display the data. I can use some different controls as well, like slider. Then we can see toggler. Then you can use the signature control like that. I'll show you how to use it. First, I can go and create a simple data source. Then you can understand how to create a data source for our application. It's a simple data source how to create without writing any code, right? And, for example, if you are using SQL Server, always you need to write a query, create a data source, then you can add all the information. Lot of things to do. SharePoint also you can able to create a list easily. Same like that in CDS, you can be able to do a data source as well as a relationship very easily can achieve the usage. Okay, then I can create a small Canvas app. There I can provide the option to get all the information on one screen, and the second screen I can user can able to add the information like name, account name, email like that. Then they can save it. It's available in our gallery as well as in the data source. I'll go to show you. Okay. Just I'm moving to the powerapps.microsoft.com. Under data, you can see entities. That's nothing but the table format. Okay. Just I'm going to create a new entity. That's another table. Okay. Just giving some name for that. MS365. Let's say you can say employee data. Employee data. I can create the data source. Okay, employee data. Then I can go. So by default, it will come as a new item. I can use the same. If you want, make it full name or you can name. That's fine. You can see full name and I create. So displaying full name. You can type it and click. Okay. Then I can adding one more item. Say company. As a test, I can done. Then I am adding email ID. An email ID is that is the email. Here you can able to find all the different type of data sources. Click email. Then I can see done, and I can go and add the field date of join. Date of join. Then that is date, right? I can say use the date column, date type, date only. Okay. Then I can done. We have now 4 columns: company, date of join, in email ID, full name, right? I can add one more column like number of years. That's I can use the number. Okay, that's a whole number I can use and done. Okay, I got this, and I will go to add one signature part. I get a signature from a digital signature from the employee. I can say signature. I'll select the image for that image column. It's a blob you can manage in the data source. Okay. Then now we got the stating. I can save the entity. The right hand side and bottom you can see the save button. Here you can see the able to save the data. If you have any relationship, you can use the relationship tab and do the relationship, and you can able to add the lookup columns as well. And you have the business rules, views. You can able to create multiple different views. You can able to do. Then you have forms to create a different forms to user can enter the data. Dashboards, we can able to create the dashboards and utilizing the model driven apps. Charts, you can able to create using the pie charts, bar chart like that. You can create it and integrate in our dashboards. Okay, I have the data. You can able to see now no data. Once only the columns we created. You can create it right now. You can see all the columns here. whatever you have created, full name, company, date of join, signature, then email ID, number of years. These are the columns you created, right? Okay, now we have data sources ready. I'm going to create my app. Okay, just I'm going to Power Apps. Microsoft.com. Sign in. Just I'm going to create a new app. Okay, just say creating a Canvas app from blank. Because of I'm going to create a custom app. No need to utilize the out of box like that. We can our custom app itself able to create within a 10 minutes, right? 10-15 minutes I can able to create using the custom app. Okay, I create a Canvas app. I'll give the name for that employee data. The same data I'm using name and using the phone layout employee data page. It will creating a blank form for you. That's a screen. I can rename the screen using rename. I can provide the name says employee data employee list, employee data list. Okay, I create the data like this the name, just a name for the screen. Okay, then I'm going to develop a screen. For that, before you can understand the screens. Okay, you can able to select the theme for which theme you want. For example, I want this coral. I can select the green, red color, whatever theme it will available for all the controls. You can help to manage. Okay, then I can be able to add multiple screens. I going to add one more screen. I'll add the name of new item to add. Okay, this is one more screen. I add a new item. And you can able to see two screens, right? Only employee data list and the new item. Okay, and you can insert it. When you go here, you can see different controls available in the form. We can able to use labels, buttons, text inputs, and inputs, gallery, data table, forms like that we have. The gallery is nothing but it's a repeater controls we can use, and we have the media controls like image, camera. Like that we have a lot of things that I can able to use your camera information scan, barcode scanner, video, Microsoft Team, everything you can achieve. And you can able the input screen, you can see that with the pen control, it's a pen input, like they get a signature from your user, drop down data picker, it's a standard controls available with a slider, toggle, radio, everything's radio button, right? And we have the icons to utilize in your screen. Don't need to import icons from outside, right? You can easily utilize the icons from here. Okay, then we have the custom component. If you want to add, you can able to import comments. You have the view option, data sources, media, collections, variables, and advanced. And you can able to see advanced screen we can from the properties part. Okay, then we have the action part. You can able to see the collection list, remove and visible, and we can able to integrate your Power Automate in your buttons or any events in the Power Apps. That you can utilize a Power Automate option. See, now we can create a two screens, right? One is employee data list and new item. Now I'm going to design this page. Okay, just I'm going to use the icons to design some of the look and feel. Okay, just I'll go to the employee data list first. I can add one just a small rectangle part. I can add it. Because of the theme change, I got this thing directly, and I give some label here and make it says employee data list. Employees data list. Okay, and I can make it something bigger, 25 font size, and make it some semi bold, and I can give some color for that white, right? Then it looks nice. Okay, make it some smaller. I add the say plus button here to add the new item. Okay, whenever I want to add a new item, I can use this plus button. I can make it color it's white and visible. Okay, then add one more gallery here to display all the employee list here. What are from my data source? Whatever I have the data source, right? I can add it here. I can make it full screen, and then I go and select the data source because of I'm using from my existing common data service, I can able to see my data source immediately, data employee data. Okay, I added. You got the data source assigned to my gallery. Okay, what are the data source assigned? You can able to see here. In this app, I use this only one data source. You can able to use multiple data source for the app. Okay, and I go for here plus icon. Then I can use navigate because I know to create a new item, right? That part I can add the navigate, and you can use the screen none for screen transition and enter. Okay, now I'm going to the next screen, the new item screen. I'm going to design this page. Okay, just I'm going to add one header rectangle to banner to visible. Then I can make it here one label. Says new employee. Okay, new employee info. I can say info. Then I can add this 25. The thing look nice, right? And I can select the white, and I can make it some semi-bold. Then this looks nice. Okay. Then what I do is I'll go and add one save button here. Okay, icon. You can see the save button icons also. Save button. I can go into save the data. Okay. Now I've designed the screen. We want to design the page, right? Just you can make it some color with white, then it looks nice and visible. Okay. Just I'm adding one label bars like test. You can say name. It's a full name. You can go and get with the test parts. For that, you can here you can say est underscore full name. Okay. Now I add one more label to get the account company name. What company they are working, like that. Then I can add the test input. Then I can remove the test and add say company. Okay. Then I can say here remove that because of to display look and feel need to nicer. Some practice colors and everything you can select. I can say email ID. Then I add one test parts to get the email IDs. Email ID, and I can remove this test and make it a name email, a test email. Now I add one more label to get number of yes, right? Yes. Now add the test parts for that to get the input, and not record a test part. We can use some different control, right? We can use the slider, then you can get the easily, right? I can say here and make it as the default value 0, and the minimum maximum value I can say maximum 25. Okay, we can say like this, and then go and add one date control the date of joining, right? The joining, date of joining is not required. Join date of join. Then I can add the date control, right? That date picker. Okay, you have the date picker control. You can see the date picker here. Then I can go say if you want to set any default value, you can make it that date picker, and then I can add one signature control to manage the get the signature. For that, I can use pen input. You can have the pen input here, right? You can add the pen input here as a signature. Okay. For example, I want different colors to maintain. I can use the red. Okay. Then I can add one arrow mark if I don't want to maintain here. I want to go back. I don't want to add. I can cancel and go back. I can click this one. I can go back. Okay, like this we have a navigation part. Yes, I can navigate employee. Employee data list, right? I can use comma translation and text. Okay. Now I can have the save button. Before that, you can see this all control, right? Just I can go a save button. I'm adding a value for about that. Okay, how to save that? Okay, I use the patch function. The patch function is able to like save the records or update the record, we can use the patch function. That's nothing but another one formula like that. Okay, let's say you can default to understand what are the columns I'm using. Just you can then you can easily identify the things. Okay, if I type name, I can full name. You see the column here. If you use default, you can get that. Okay, test underscore full name dot test comma. Then I can go for a company. Then test. I'm passing the value. How easy you can write. You can see that no need to write or anything. Just directly the formula you can able to use here and comma. This company is done, and then I can go for a email ID. Then I can test email dot tst comma. Then I can so see after email you can have a number of items, right? Number of years. Number of years, then I can say number of years I use the slider, right? Slider one dot value. Okay. Then I can go with the date of join. Then I can use the date control, right? Date picker. Date picker and say dot selected dates. Okay. Now we can see the signature part. I need to add the signature here using image control, right? Pen input with the image property. Remember that I'm at the image property to maintain the value. I'm closing this and enter. Okay. Now we got this formula ready. Name, company, everything. Okay. Just I'm going to execute. Just I'm going back here. You can see run. You can see the employee. This is empty. Now everything's free. Then click new item. I'll adding a name Jenkins NS and company J Power 4. And I can add my email ID Jenkins NS at jpower4.com. Then I say number of years 5 or 6 and select the date, whatever date you want. You can select the date of join. For example, I can say like this 10 like that. You can say, and then I can add some signature, right? I can add some signature here and then save it. Just click save. It will saving the data. Okay. Now you can see this back. You can able to see the record. The one more thing you need to do when you confirm the saving, right? You can go here, set and navigate back to the screen. This next functionality you can add like this navigation, then employee data list, right? Employee data list, comma transition part. You can cover and fade. No, let's say none is enough. Okay, then I can close it. Then you can, whenever adding a new item, you can it will automatically move to the first screen. Okay, then I can see the new item I'm going to add now. I'll add it here. I can say I need to clear the value, but not did right. Vijay Anand. Then I can say this is incognizant. Then Vijay at cts.com. I can say it to 10 years and select 10 years before value. Can want to select to the 7 or whatever it is, no problem. And I can add this signature Vijay, okay, and then save. We got the value. Now we can get the output from it. How easy we can develop, right? With a custom functionality, we are developing a form with a without anything. Just save the application. How to share that application? Just saving employee data demo app and save it. It's saving that application. I'm going to share to my other colleagues or my other employees who are in my organization having the license for Power Apps. Okay, I'm going to the other users. First, save the application. First time it's published directly. Second time also you can it will ask you want to publish immediately or if you want to wait for complete all the development activities. Then you can able to publish. Okay, now we got it. You able to share it with other users. For example, I'm using the user 1. Okay, then I can able to make it a coworker and you can make it a whatever the database side, what permission they want to share, you can share. Then share it. It will available for that user. The app is able to log in. Okay, use with your mobile or whenever you have a mobile app, you can able to use that. Okay, then I go here. You can able to see a public URL also there. You can directly run the app from inner app. I can add one more item here. Is the around the now email ID. Sorry, 3n@.com, whatever it is. There's a number of years. You can say any number. You can date. Okay, now this is initializer. You can save the data. You can get it. Now got it output, right? How easy we can create a database as well as we can develop a simple app, and we can actually within a 10 minutes or 15 minutes you can get the application ready. You can do some more time. It's another half an hour to 1 hour. You can do all the manipulation, editing, everything you can able to achieve. Now got it, right? Now we understand that how to build and publish the Canvas app with CDS data source within a 10 minutes to 15 minutes. Okay, then I'll go back and I hope everyone understand what how to use Power Apps to develop a simple application for using Canvas apps module. I have the one only model driven module also there. There also another feature. There's two types of Power Apps. Okay. Thank you very much. My contacts are in the below. I can able to use. Thank you.